Hey everyone, welcome. I'm Lisa Mitraken. I come to you from It's Easy to Draw Art Academy, and today I have a very special St. Patrick's Day show for everyone. But before we get started, let me get some thumbs up on my audio. Make sure that everything's all right. You guys can hear me, you guys can see me, and then we'll get rolling. We have some people here with us today who are new, who've never been on the show before, who just discovered my channel recently. Always excited to make new friends. We have people from Ohio, people from Arizona, Louisiana was here earlier. Let us know where you're tuning in from. I myself am in Vegas, and I see some new friends and some old friends as well. Ego Brain, Geezer Dude, Michelle, Lori, welcome. Crafty Dragon Knits, welcome. There were more people hanging out here earlier. There are over 20 of you already. Sandra is here. Welcome. I'll try to call everyone out as you roll in to the show. Germany, wow, awesome. Quebec, Canada, hello. Okay, well, it sounds like you guys can hear me since everyone is hot. Arizona, hell yeah. Here in Vegas, we are having a heat wave. Tomorrow, it's going to be over 100 degrees Fahrenheit. Alrighty, today is the day. We'll be doing I'll be doing a full demo of this lovely page, and it's going to be about 2.5 hours. Buckle up. You can grab this page by scanning this QR code. It will appear again later in the show. It will be appearing on the screen the entire time. South Africa, wow, welcome. South Carolina, Canada. We got a good show today. So yeah, the QR code for the page will be on the screen pretty much the entire time, and the clickable link is in the video description as well. Welcome. So make sure to go and grab this page either right now or after the show, because maybe actually a better way to do these shows is to watch the whole thing and then color along later. But we are also having giveaways. The courses that we're giving away today are the ones that are being shown on the screen right now. Watercolor effects with colored pencils, stained glass effects, how to color crystals, textures, color me centered, which is coming up next. And for a very special treat, if we get more than 100 people on this stream, I will also give away one of our major courses. That's a $200 course, and it's called Fantasy Glow Effects. The other courses are our standard length courses, and they are valued at $100. So you're still getting super, super awesome courses. When we run the giveaways, this will happen randomly throughout the show. I will run 3 giveaways. All you have to do to qualify for a giveaway, the giveaway, is to be present in the chat. When I run the giveaway, I will give you a random number game to play, and everyone will type in a random number, and then Nightbot, who's hopefully with us, will will do the math for me and pronounce a winner. Once you've won a course, contact me personally outside of YouTube via Discord and let me know which one of the courses listed in the description you wish to claim. The choice is entirely yours. If you already own all of these courses, we can talk about it personally. You can either gift your winnings to someone else, or we can talk about hooking you up with a different course that you don't own yet of the same value. So without further ado, let's get into the work itself. We have here today this lovely page printed on a mid-tone brown paper, and I am starting with my white charcoal. This entire project, if you guys saw the short clip for this, which is also shared in the video description, I think it's shared in the live chat anyway. Well, it's the latest video drawing course. Yeah, if you wish, if you win and you choose a drawing course instead, that will be okay. Yes, absolutely. So in the short video, if you watched it, I explained that the entire project actually took close to 9 hours. So obviously, I'm not gonna make you sit through a 9-hour show, but I'm also thinking of putting this entire project into a mini course for next year because it is so much content, so much to cover on skin tones and hair and blending techniques and everything like that. But I was able to compress this into 2.5 hours, and that's what you're watching now. So some parts of it will be sped up, and some parts of it you'll see a cross dissolve where I skip over like 40 minutes of coloring the same area. But I will demonstrate every single step of the way in this live stream. It will be a lot faster than it happened in real life, but it will be every step of the way. Where can I get white charcoal pencils? On Amazon, the only place I shop. Occasionally, I venture out into Michael's, which is our arts and crafts store here, but most of the time I shop on Amazon. So if you just go on Amazon and you search for white charcoal, it will come in pencil form, it will come in stick form. And a paper as well. The paper that I use is cardstock. The particular brand that I like is called Recollections cardstock. And that is also available on Amazon as well as in real life. Do you like Bismarck better than Generals? They're the same. All of these brands that make different charcoals, they all use the same exact formula. It doesn't matter. It's just a name. I used to be a diehard Generals fan just because it's the only stuff that I could get. But I realized over the years that there's no actual chemical difference in all of the pigments. So it doesn't matter. With pencils, it does. With colored pencils, we all have our favorite brands, and some people prefer wax pencils while others prefer oil pencils. And even within the world of wax pencils, we have Prismacolor and a million other brands. And they behave differently. Like we all pick our favorites because they actually behave differently, but not with white charcoal. It's the same stuff. And compressed charcoal, actual classical black charcoal, same thing. It doesn't matter what brand you get. Let's see. Oh, okay, good. I see somebody had trouble logging in or the stream not streaming. I'm glad that it's working now. If the quality of the stream is not flawless and perfect, you can fix that in your settings. On the bottom right corner of your video, there's a gear icon. If you click on that, you will see that you have an option for quality. It is set to auto. Switch it to 1080p. And then it will be better quality video, very, very high definition. Now I see there are only 25 of you here. Remember that we're not going to do a giveaway for the super big and expensive course unless we get 100 people here. So all of you who are actually here right now, make some noise. Go on Facebook, make a post, tell your friends, tell your mom to log in from a different computer. Let's get more people in here. Let's get pumped. Let's celebrate. Let's give away some amazing, amazing content. Now, notice what I did with the background. The background itself took well over an hour, and I was going for like a gold leaf effect on the background. So I established my lightest areas around my character with white charcoal because I'm working on paper that's a little bit dark, a little bit on the dark side, even for me. And then I primed everything with my golden tones. I used yellow ochre, and I have my pencils right here and my canary yellow to make it very, very bright and vibrant yellow, and also some lemon yellow. And then afterwards, I blended everything with a white Prismacolor. There will be a course coming up within this year that's basically how to use colored pencils like a pro 2, which is the next step, and it's going to be all about professional blending techniques where we take blending and layering even further than we ever have. And now I'm coming in with a mid-tone brown, and this is the only non-Prismacolor pencil that I'm using, and it's getting shorter and shorter, and I'm getting more and more scared because this brand this is the mystery H&B pencil that I talked about on the Catwoman show, and I don't know where it came from. Somebody must have sent it to me as a gift a while ago. It's called H&B Skin Tone, and just skin, sorry, H&B Skin. And they're amazing, amazing pencils, but I looked them up on Amazon and I can't find them. I found other H&B sets, but not this one. And I have other pencils from this set. I have the remains of this mysterious skin set, and they are all incredible and they work really well with Prismacolor. They blend well with Prismacolor, and they're just I have my pencils just kind of scattered on my desk next to my work area. And I found over the past several months that when I'm reaching for the perfect pencil in the brown and the lilac families, I always end up just grabbing one of these. And I don't realize that it's not Prismacolor until I'm done working with it. Would it work using markers for the first layer? Yes, that's a great idea. Using markers is fantastic. It would certainly speed things up. Ah, Nightbot is with us. That means that our giveaways will happen automatically. I won't have to write my mystery number on a piece of paper and then go through through all of your posts to figure out who the winner is. The winner will be announced. Sorry, I'm late. No worries, no worries. Welcome, everyone. Welcome. We are trying to get 100 people into the show, so please make some noise. Don't just sit on your hands thinking that someone else will do it. You watching right now, do it. Go share wherever you are on social media, post a link to the show and say that Lisa's not going to give away her super, super expensive course unless we get 100 people in here. Today is all about luck, and Nightbot just said that channel members are more likely to win giveaways. That is true. The luck on channel members has been hyped up. So if you're a member of any tier, you have better chances to win a giveaway. And speaking of luck, today, of course, is all about giveaways and people getting lucky. Some lucky duckies among you received an email this morning with an extra special surprise. So make sure to check your emails and make sure you got one from, if you got one from It's Easy to Draw, make sure to open it. And open it quickly because it will self-destruct after some time. Alrighty. Yes, markers. Markers are an absolutely fantastic idea. For me, I got one. Yay! Congratulations. Shh, don't tell them what it is. It's a secret. I often do that. I often do that on my coloring pages. I'll do the background with markers to speed things up. You guys know I need to check my email, yes. And if you didn't get one this time, trust me, everyone will be served at some point in the future. It's just that, I like to throw confetti in the air and hit some random people so that there's an element of surprise for these things. But everyone will get a surprise email at some point. So with markers, it would absolutely work. But if you want this glow effect to work around the character, make sure to not bring the markers all the way to the edge of the character, or at the very least not bring in strong colors there, because we do want nearly white just around her edges. And of course, if your markers allow it, you may be able to come in with your white Prismacolor pencil or even your white charcoal over them. And that may create an even stronger glow effect. I have experienced that firsthand. And for those of you who are, it kind of looks like a tea stain effect. Yes, exactly. That's exactly right. And this one is super bright and vivid for that gold look. But if you don't enhance the yellow so much and instead stay in like the beige realm, beige and orange and brown, then it will be properly like a tea stain effect. It will be great. And of course, the color of the paper helps a lot. Oh, speaking of the color of the paper, thank you. Thank you so much. Oh, I'm blocking my mouse. Thank you so much, HP, for sending me this paper. This is the new Strathmore pastel paper. Pastel here refers to the colors, not what you need to use on the paper. It is drawing paper, 80 pounds, much like the classic Strathmore that I like using. Hello, Cactus. Hello, Ego Brain. Ego Brain, you've been here for a while. Hello, new people joining. Welcome, everyone. Thank you, HP, for sending me this amazing paper. I have not tried it yet. I just got it yesterday, but I have an amazing project for it and I will keep everyone updated. So thank you so much. It looks absolutely delicious. So for all of you who are curious about white charcoal, now is a really good demo, a really good moment in the demo where you can see just how scary it is when you first start applying this stuff to your page. It looks like I'm just smearing I don't know, whipped cream on her face or something, mayonnaise. Like clown powder or something. It's a little bit overwhelming. It does not look attractive yet, but the magic is about to happen when we blend this stuff. And you can blend it on the page either with a Q-tip or a dry brush, which is something that I've been doing recently. I see more people are rolling in. Welcome, welcome. Remember, yeah, thank you, Nightbot. Yes, subscribe to this channel. You know what? Let me check actually. We are, how many subs do I have? We're one subscriber away from 18,000 subscribers. Come on, people. We can get one subscriber in here. I'm sure someone here is not subscribed yet. Hit the subscribe button. Help me get to 18,000. We only need one person. Show your love with a super chat. Yes, thank you, Nightbot. I will always take a super chat because I've developed a bad habit. I like to eat, and super chats help. So if you appreciate what I do, all the work, all the giveaways, please say so with a little something. Toss a coin to your teacher. And let's see, someone just messaged me. Hello, hello. Yes, the show is happening right now. Somebody sent me a private message asking what time the show is. I think blending Miss Marth works better with a brush like you do. I have been working with a brush lately, and that's coming up in just like a minute or a few seconds, where I will bring in the brush and blend it all. Like I said, it looks a little scary when you just apply it, especially on textured paper. Textured meaning having a strong tooth like this one. It's really clumsy looking and almost pixelated, but as soon as we blend it, it's like an airbrushed effect, and all colored pencils work really well over this stuff. It will come off a little bit as we layer, but it's just enough for us to establish the really light areas that will be the lightest in the end. I'm inviting friends from Discord. Yes! Thank you, Geezer. That is cool. Let's try to get 100 people in here. We have 40 already. That's a really good start. 40 was our max last show, and today we're starting with 40. So hopefully we'll get to 100. I mean, if we get to like 99, I'll still run the giveaway, obviously. But it's good to set goals. So we are now 17 minutes into the stream. So sometime in the next 15 to 35 minutes, I will run our first giveaway. And of course, the things that you are getting are listed in the video description. And the winner will get one of the following courses: watercolor effects with colored pencils, stained glass effects with colored pencils, how to color crystals, textures, Color Me Centered, which is a Zen coloring course, or if we get 100 people in here, fantasy glow effects with colored pencils. That's one of our magnanimous courses. Ah, here comes the brush. Look at that. And these are just very basic, very affordable brushes. I get them for like 99 cents, a whole bundle of them. You can get them in drugstores, you can get them at Smith's or Walmart. You don't have to go to a specialty store or buy them on Amazon or anything like that. And it's very easy to keep them clean when you use them for stuff like this, when you don't use them for paint. I just use my finger to kind of brush them off. And I love doing it that way. Yes, I'm so glad. And look at that effect. For this more precise detail, I will sometimes come in with a Q-tip. But with the brush, depending on how small the brush is, then you can get all the detail that you want. But fine detail is not what we are after in this step, actually. We just want to do the airbrushed highlights. And of course, if you're working on white paper, you don't need to do this step at all. You can go straight to brown, which is what I'm doing right now. And this brown, this is my Geezer dude, you read my mind. After I announced this brown pencil, I was about to ask you how Pencils Pro is going for you, because I know that you started. And here he is saying, I've started how to use colored pencils like a pro, doing the exercises. I am so thrilled. I can't wait to see them. Remember that even though we have a place to submit homework in the courses, you can always just hit me up personally on Discord and show me more of your work, ask me questions. Everyone who is signed in a course, I'm always happy to chat with you privately and give you feedback. And even if you're not signed into a course, if you're just working on something and you are on Discord, shoot me a message, ask me questions, send me pictures of your work. I'll be very happy to look at it and give you feedback and answer any and all questions, because I want you guys to have fun doing this. You should not be struggling. Now, this is that mysterious, lovely, lovely brown pencil. I don't know why I love it so much. And I actually still haven't figured out if these are wax or oil. They kind of behave like oil pencils. Oil pencils, they tend to be a little bit harder. And they don't actually blend very well with each other. And they don't blend well at all with wax pencils. So this one is hard, like physically, it's a hard pencil. I keep it pretty sharp, but it's capable of very strong pigment. It's capable of very smooth blending, and it blends with Prismacolor. So I don't know. It's beautiful. Thank you. Thank you, everyone. I don't know. I have no idea. I'm just dreading the day when this thing runs out. I really want more of this stuff, and I don't know where it came from. So if anyone can find for me H&B Skin, I will be eternally grateful, and I'm sure I will do something wonderful for you, like enroll you in a course or something, because this pencil has been life-changing for me, and I super duper want more, and I don't know where to get them. Oh, we are up to 50 people now. Thank you, everyone who is sending out friend requests and invitations to the stream. We are trying to get to 100. If we do that, I will run a giveaway for one of my biggest courses in the Academy, Fantasy Glow Effects. And regardless of whether we get there or not, I will still run 3 giveaways, giving away one of my $100 courses, which are all excellent as well. So, what is everyone working on these days? Who's coloring what? Talk to me, people. We are at 22 minutes into our show, and probably sometime in the next 15 to 20, I'll run our first giveaway, and all you have to do is follow my instructions in the live chat. If you are just watching and lurking, please don't waste this opportunity. Jump into the live chat, say hello. We're having so much fun chatting here, and of course, you can only participate in the giveaway if you are in the live chat. Working on colored pencils like a pro, Crystal Wolf. I think I know who you are. Well, actually, I have a handful of people working on the Crystal Wolf right now, but there's one student in particular. Everyone's name is different on every platform, so I'm not sure. I'm never sure who I'm talking to, unless it's Geezer Dude. Geezer's everywhere, and he's Geezer Dude everywhere. But we have one student who will actually be featured as a spotlight artist today, who was scared of tackling this page, and after some consideration decided to go for it and apply her own colors to it, and it turned out absolutely brilliant. That's coming up soon. There will be 3 spotlight students today. I can't wait to show this work with you. Hello, hello. We have more people joining us. If I were coloring, I'd be right there with you right now, starting corned beef for dinner. Nice. nice. I'm coloring in the 1920s Art Deco. Oh my God, I love that. I'm coloring the 1920s Art Deco woman that you gave us in the Collector's Vault. The Collector's Vault, for those of you who don't know, is a subscription in our academy, and it is basically an endless flow of coloring pages. So when you join, you inherit all the coloring pages that I have been posting for the past year. So if you're looking for new stuff to color, and if you're looking to also influence what I'm drawing, join the Collector's Vault. I will drop a link to it at some point. After the show is over, I'll drop a link to it in the comments section below. But if you just go to the Academy, the link to the Academy is always above my head. It's very easy. It's called it'seasytodraw.com. And if you go to pages and books, or no, sorry, if you go to communities, you will find the Collector's Vault. And if you join it, every week I post a new coloring page that is quite often exclusive. I've shared some coloring pages that are from published books and some from courses, but I also post a lot of exclusive pages that are not ever published or seen anywhere else. Working on the new lips tutorial, fun, nice. These are amazing pages in the vault. I need to rejoin. Yeah, join us because you'll catch up on everything, and then you'll get the new stuff that's coming in. And like I said, you get to influence what I make. Most of the pages, the unique pages that I post there, are requests from people. The Art Deco piece that someone just mentioned, that was a specific request from a Collector's Vault member. Somebody said, I like Art Deco style. And then there are a couple of very detailed illustrations of beautiful women with architecture behind them. That was somebody's request as well. Somebody said, I love coloring beautiful women and I love architecture. So I'm like, okay. So it's a great place to see your own visions come to life. Let's see. Oh, okay. Let me check that. Let me check that. You may also be in the wrong browser. Someone said that there's a problem with the Pencils Pro link in the video description. You can always get to all of these. There is no Pencils Pro link in the description. There's Metallics Effects Masterclass. I think. Maybe I'm wrong. Let me check again. Maybe there is. Pencils Pro. Yeah, it's not even in this video's description. So I don't know where you're getting it for. If any of the links that you follow ever don't work, just go up there. It's easytodraw.com. Like sometimes links get messed up, or if I copy and paste something, like maybe I missed a letter. So some video descriptions may have links that don't work. That's my bad. I'm sorry. But all the courses are clearly in the Academy. People are going through them as we speak. So just go directly to the school, and then you'll see what that link would have shown you anyway. Lots of good seasonal pages too. That's true. That's true. There's always seasonal pages, whatever is happening right now. For instance, right now there's a brand new St. Patrick's Day page with a couple dancing. And that page I made specifically for my Collector's Vault, and I am not sharing it anywhere else. Again, what color are you using for the skin? Okay, so the brown color was this mystery H&B pencil from a skin tone set. In the Prismacolor set, use any midtone brown, like even a terracotta would be great here, or burnt sienna would be great for the brown. And for my blender right now, I am using peach as a blender. Peach, cream, or sand will work for this color. And now we're getting into some really intense things on the skin. I see people joining, and then some people are trailing off. Let's try to keep the viewer numbers up. Remember, we're trying to get to 100 people watching. Otherwise, we can't do a giveaway of the Fantasy Glow Effects course. So those of you who are here, thank you so much for joining. Actually, stay. Don't join and leave. Just subscribe. Oh, you just subscribed. Okay, so we are probably at... Yes, we're at 18,002. Woohoo! Thank you. 18,000 subscribers. We got from 10,000 subscribers to 18,000 in just 4 months on this channel. That's incredible, you guys. Thank you so much for all of your support. Love Peach as a blender, yes. But what I'm doing now will scare a lot of you, but don't be scared. This is a bold effect. This is a bright effect. This is all about vibrancy and really strong colors. So what I'm doing right now, thank you, congratulations. What I'm doing right now is I'm coming in with a yellow ochre, a lot of yellow ochre on the skin. Her skin looks almost yellow. Don't worry about that. It's all the glow from the gold that we want reflected in her skin tone. But we will balance it with brown and red. Pure poppy red for the cheeks. It's a scary, scary effect. I already have the courses, but are staying for the video. Yes, if you have the courses and you don't want to participate in the giveaway, you can still participate. And if you win, I will give you an extra ticket to that course, which you can gift to someone. If you're interested in doing so, do that. Or you can volunteer someone in the chat. Or you can just not participate in the giveaway at all. It's entirely up to you. But thank you for staying for the show. So note, as we're bringing in stronger and stronger hues, that yellow ochre, it suddenly doesn't look that overwhelming anymore. It's actually kind of subdued now. And there are two things that are happening here that are making that possible. First is the really strong background. That's why I like starting with the background first on something like this. And by something like this, I mean a composition that features a lot of information, but also a main character with a skin tone. It's tempting. Aw, thank you. Well deserved too. I love your channel. Thank you kindly. With skin tones, with portraits, we want to start with the fun part, right? We want to start with the face. We want to make sure that the face is going well so that we don't invest too much in the rest of it. But I encourage you to start with the background, because the background will let you loosen your hand and get in the mood of coloring, but it will also set the scene. So now you know how dark or light you can go with your skin tone. Our natural tendencies on skin tones is to make them too pale no matter what. No matter what. I do this as well. If I'm just starting on plain blank paper, regardless of the color of the paper, my background is going to be, my skin tone, sorry, is going to be too pale, and I'm going to have to up and up and up the saturation. But if you have the background already established, then you can be braver. You're going to have to match the intensity of that background. So it's nice to play these little tricks on you, on yourself. This QR code that's above my head is the QR code for this coloring page. The way that you do it is you take your phone, you put it on camera, and you put it up to the QR code, and a little pop-up will appear on your screen. Click on it. It will take you to the page download. If you don't like doing that or don't have a camera phone, or any other reason, there's a clickable link down in the video description where I think, let me check. Let's see, get your free coloring page. Yes, that link is in the video description. Just want to make sure I'm not totally lying to you guys. Still waiting on the female form class. Yes, that is in the works. I have multiple things happening in the background. I'm doing a lot of things in the background. Actually, I'm doing another upgrade for the Academy itself to improve your guys' experience. A lot of people are accidentally creating multiple accounts and locking themselves out of the Academy, and I'm putting something in the works that will prevent that, that will make logging in easier for everyone, and also, upgrading the look of the Academy so that everything is nice and sexy. But I'm also working on 3 new courses that I hope to get done this year. And those are an advanced shading course, which is the next step of Pencils Pro. Course on fabrics by popular demand. That's going to take a while to make. And either figure drawing or how to draw hands. I haven't decided yet, but 2 coloring courses and 1 drawing course. The advanced shading techniques and the fabrics I already started. Okay, here we go. After this, we'll run a giveaway. Once again, this is what you're getting: either watercolor effects, stained glass effects, and these are obviously little snippets from the courses, how to color crystals. You don't have to decide right this second, Light Illusions, on which, yay, fabrics, on which one you're going to pick. You're going to be a winner regardless. If you win, you win. But if you don't know these courses yet, Zen Coloring or Color Me Centered, if you are not familiar with these particular courses, then after the show, swing by the Academy and check them out. Watch the previews, watch the trailers, and decide which one you wish to pick for your prize. And at 52 people watching, I think we can run our first giveaway. Let's see how this works. I'm gonna swing over to Nightbot, and I'm gonna start a number between 1 and 50. Okay, let's run our first giveaway, everyone. Give me any number between 1 and 50. Typing it multiple times does not give you better chances to win, but being a channel member does. So may the odds be ever in your favor. And we'll run this for a minute or two, and then I'll call out a winner. So a number between 1 and 50, any number, and let's go. Let's see who wins. Again, if you, wow, the Fantasy Glow Effects looks stunning. Thank you so much. It's one, like I said, it's one of our big courses. And it's actually a course that I ran live, so you will see the way that I teach live, which is very similar to this. But here on the live stream, it's more of my interaction with you guys and chit chat and personal stories and stuff like that. But when I run a live course, it's more like I'm actually running a university lecture. But the benefit to those recordings is that you see the questions that real life students were asking, and I was answering on the spot. A lot of people really prefer courses presented in that manner. My plan was, after the live run of that, we did it over the course of 4 weeks. Some of you here may have actually joined joined that course, experienced that course live when it was happening a few years ago. I am envious of people who can do fabrics. You will be able to do fabrics as well. I am planning an incredibly beautiful and colorful course on fabrics. We'll have silk, we'll have leather, we'll have like polyester, plastic, cotton, linen, jeans, denim, and a few others. Of course, all sorts of evening gown stuff, and I'm presenting it all like a fashion show. So yes, leather. 60 people with us now. Thank you, everyone. Thank you so much. I think by the end of the show, we may get to 100, and then Fantasy Glow Effects will be somebody's. Alrighty, I think everyone is done posting numbers. Vinyl, yes, there will be vinyl. Shall we see who the winner is? Everyone ready? I'll give you 10 seconds. 10 more seconds for any last second participants, and then we'll say roll it. All right, 3, 2, 1. Let's roll it. I said done. And did anything happen? Did it give me a winner? Sometimes it takes a second. We had 39 people guess, and the winner is let me see if I can do this. Tidy 4112. I hope I pronounced your name correctly. Tidy? TT? Congratulations! Please send me a message on Discord and let me know which of the courses that are mentioned in the video description that I mentioned throughout the show you would like me to enroll you in. And if you are already enrolled in all of them, let me know if you wish to give away your winnings to a friend a particular person, or if you want me to enroll you in something else. Congratulations, we have 2 more to go, and we have 2 more hours to go. We are at 65 people watching now, so I have very high hopes that we'll get to 100 and we'll do a run for Fantasy Glow Effects with colored pencils. 1 second. And TT, you actually guessed my number perfectly. My number was 27. So it wasn't even the closest. It was actually my number. Let's see who's lucky. Yes, today is all about luck, the luck of the draw. Somebody sent me a message this morning telling me what a clever name that is, because it's like draw as in, you know, we're having a draw for who the winner is, plus I'm drawing. So I'm glad that the title wasn't lost on people. I spent a long time designing. Alrighty, for the hair, as we were doing the giveaway, I actually missed the entire section on the hair. But for the hair, the 2 colors that I used were a poppy red and carmine red. And I came in with sand and white for my highlights. Did the hair very quickly. And I came in, this is where the madness starts. Of course, this is a very, very highly saturated, may the luck of the Irish be with you. Yes, may the luck of the Irish be with everyone today. And did you add white gel pen to the jewelry? I did. I added a few dots with a white gel pen to the jewelry, indeed. I also sometimes use acrylic paint, white acrylic paint for those little white highlights. But I have these incredible white gel pens that I absolutely love. And every chance I get to add the little highlights, I do so. But for the green and the red, of course, green and red are complementary colors. So they make each other stronger, and green, red, and yellow together as a color combo, you cannot get stronger than that. That is it as far as saturation. The dress, a lot of you are interested in fabrics, so I skipped over the part where I already did 1 sleeve so that you can see what, you know, the effect that we're going for. Posca pen is great. Posca pen is the best, one of the best. But I'm following all the same steps for the fabric on the rest of the dress as I did on that sleeve. I skipped over the sleeve so that you can see, you know, the effect that we're striving towards. But I will show you every step of the way in fabric. And for those of you who are wondering why I'm skipping things, it is because the entire project took nearly 9 hours to complete. So I didn't think it was humane to make you guys sit through 9 hours of this stuff live on YouTube. Nobody has 9 hours in a day. You know, with courses, you can tune in and out, you know, play 10 minutes a day, 15 minutes a day. But with a live stream, you want to participate the entire time. Is there a reason you finish each section with a high level of polish individually, leaving some untouched, rather than working across the entire image? Yes, great question. Sometimes I work over the entire image and I do it layer by layer. With something that has this much detail and is so involved, I like to work like a laser printer, top to bottom, so that I don't smudge any of the work as I move along. And that's why I go top to bottom, and if possible, and applies left to right, because I'm right-handed. So it's I work on, that's my drawing station behind me. You can see I started a new portrait there, and you can see that my actual drawing board is inclined by about 35 degrees. So even though technically you're not supposed to drag your hand on the page, I do anyway, even though I teach you guys not to do it. But when you sit down for 9 hours of coloring something, you're not going to have your hand lifted like a French painter. You are going to drag your hand and you are going to smudge things. So in order to prevent that, I work like this instead of working systematically, but I teach both ways in the academy. So you have examples of both ways of approaching it. It's absolutely, there's no right way of doing it. You can do it both ways. So my first color on this fabric is actually blue. This is aquamarine, believe it or not, because I wanted this dress to be silk in the end. And silk, it has that kind of coldness to it. You know, it's kind of cool regardless. Do you use a hand massager? No, I do not. I do not. Um, don't know what that is. I mean, I know that there are a few out there, but no, I don't. I don't actually have a problem with hand cramps or anything like that. I used to. I used to get a really bad hand cramp when I was in high school, but I guess I just do this so much that my hand got used to it. Um, I also do have the glove, the one finger glove, which I use when I draw here on my digital tablet. And obviously, on a digital screen, you can't smudge the drawing, but it does prevent you from spreading your skin oils all over the screen. So that's good. But I don't wear it when I do my coloring recordings because I think it looks ugly on camera, and that's the only reason. A lot of what I do for you guys comes down to how great it looks on camera. Looks like parrot green. Very close. No, it's not. This is aquamarine. The way that the silk will come out in the end will be very parrot green, but the first color is aquamarine. There's also light aquamarine in the Prismacolor set. They're very similar. One is obviously a little bit lighter than the other, but this is just basic aquamarine. And the two reasons that I'm using turquoise color, aquamarine is turquoise, instead of going straight into green. One is because I genuinely fear the color green in coloring. Those of you who know me know that I actually really, really hate coloring with green, but it's controversial because I love how it turns out in the end. Like this sleeve that I'm seeing on her, it looks so beautiful. Like I like the look of green. I just don't like working with it. So part of it is just me trying to live in denial and be like, I'll start with the color that makes me happy. My favorite color is blue, and they're so close. They're so close. And turquoise is literally the combination of blue and green, and I love it. But as soon as it crosses over into the realm of green, I panic. It's very strange. But, you know, artists are eccentric. And this is my eccentricities, the fear of the color green. This is reason number one. But reason number two, which is more legit, is that for the silk effect that I had in mind, I wanted her dress to be almost like a silk robe, you know? And silk, no matter what color it is, it has, to me, this kind of a cool, a cold undertone. There's something about the material that just, it catches the light in a very cool way. And that's why I wanted to give the dress itself a cooler bluish undertone before coming in with stronger greens. And if the dress is looking too blue and not green enough, then I can always come in with yellow and tone it down that way. Tone down that blue with yellow, make it more green. For the green that I'm using right now, this pencil is called Spring Green. And with this spring green from, look how long my green pencils are. These pencils are more than 10 years old because I never color with green. This spring green is my second layer on this silk. So someone asked about coloring systematically versus coloring, you know, top down. Even when coloring top down, it's element by element. You know, it's never, I'm going to complete the eyes entirely and then the nose entirely and then the cheeks and the mouth. No, if I'm working on the face, then the face itself, I will do systematically. The undertone, you know, the primer, the undertone, the blending, everything systematically in this area. Same thing with the hair, same thing with the background, and now with the dress. I did that one sleeve to see if my approach will actually work. It did. It looks beautiful. So now I'm going to do the same exact thing on the rest of the dress, but again, working systematically, meaning one layer at a time. I feel like I have a wand in my hand. I need to learn I need to learn to cast some spells. But it's very appropriate that it's green for St. Patrick's. Hello, Kenny. Hi. We are trying to get 100 people into this live stream. People, reach out to your friends, call your mom, call your brother, your sister, your coworker, tell them to tune in, even if they're not watching, have them running it on the background, because if we get to 100, we will run our giveaway. Well, we're going to run 2 giveaways anyway from now until the end of the show, but we will actually give away one of my $200 courses for free. So lots of people have their eye on fantasy glow effects. Let's make it happen. Let's get more people in here. And honestly, if we get close enough to 100, I'll still do it. I'm not going to be like, oh no, only 97 people here. If we get over 90, I will consider it. It's crazy. The dress will look so shiny with the base color being a little dull. Yes. Yes, that's exactly right. The other thing that I wanted to talk to you guys about is this paper that I'm coloring on. This is, I know it doesn't look very dark on the screen compared to all the colors that are happening already, but compared to the typical toned paper that I work on, it is quite significantly darker. I usually like barely toned paper for my coloring pages, but I went with a stronger brown. It's quite literally like the color of cardboard or like paper bags. You know, you go to the store, you get a paper bag. It's that color. It's basically that material. It's very basic. It's very raw and it's very textured. And you will see me also throughout the show using a brush to go over the area with a dry brush, and you may be wondering why I'm doing that, and that's because of the texture of this paper. It is so toothy, it is so cardboardy, that my wax pencils are creating a lot of flakes. And once I see those flakes, which thankfully they didn't show up on camera too much, you can see them a little bit happening. If you're watching on a big screen, on a TV screen, you can see the little green flakes appear around the area where I'm coloring. So when I see those happening, I bring in my brush and I take them off. Don't do it with your hand. You will smudge things. Bring in your brush or just go and just blow on it. They'll come right off. They don't hurt anything. And it's just the nature of Prismacolor pencils on this particular paper. When I use the blue toned Strathmore paper, I have to darken the drawing before printing. It's dark, yes. Sometimes you have to do that. Some papers are so dark that printing on them does nothing. You can't actually see your drawing. That happened to me the other day. I chose a paper for some other project of mine, and I put it in the printer and it came out, and I thought that maybe I forgot to press print, or maybe I just pressed print on an empty document. I looked at it and I looked at it. I saw nothing. But then I looked at the printing history and I did print my coloring page. So I had to do the same. I had to go in settings and make the image darker before printing it. It honestly, it has to be just dark enough to be visible for you to color. And one of the reasons I like printing light gray pages on toned paper is that it kind of eats into those lines, and when you color, you don't compete with the lines so much. You need the lines to be just visible enough for you to add your own colors, but the fewer lines the better, because then it looks like an original drawing. You know, when coloring pages just started as a hype, when Joanna Basford invented adult coloring pages, bless that woman's heart. You know, she made it possible for all of us. But when she started doing coloring pages, and then all of us started doing coloring pages way back in the day in 2017, we were all doing coloring pages with really thick outlines. You guys, those of you who have been with me for some time, you saw my style evolve. Like now I basically share my drawings with you guys the way that I draw with a graphite pencil. But in the beginning, we all thought that coloring pages have to be like old school tattoo designs or like stained glass window designs with like super thick black outlines, and everyone was doing that. And it was very difficult to create designs, to create colorings that actually look realistic. I even have a video on how to make outlines disappear in your coloring pages because it was a problem. And over the years, we all evolved, and you guys evolved with us, and we saw that the colorists are becoming artists and they crave more and better. So we all started adjusting our drawing styles, and now it's thanks to Bennett Klein, who invented Color My Sketchbook, another pioneer in the coloring world industry, an artist that I love and respect. He invented this grayscale style for colorists, and called it Color My Sketchbook. And it was literally just like his sketches that you can color. And Since then, artists have become braver, offering you more authentic drawing styles. What I'm doing now will scare some people. For silk specifically, it's important to come in with our black. And what I'm doing now is I'm blending my black as I add it. I am blending it with grass green. So the colors that I have so far on this are aquamarine for my base color on the silk. Then I came in with my magic wand, this spring green, which is very, very bright green. And that smoothed out the two layers and established the actual tone of green that I like. Then for my light highlights, I am using this true green, which to me looks very much like pale jade. But it's confusing because there's actually a color called jade green and it doesn't look anything like this. So my light highlights here are true green. And then my dark shadows are black and grass green. Grass green is like emerald green, very, very dark. Oh, my anxiety. Oh, I remember those black thick outlines and with no grayscale. Yes, you remember. It's incredible looking back over the years how far we've come and how we've all come here together. Like without you, the colorists, this wouldn't exist. This art wouldn't exist. I have since published over 20 books. I have 23 courses in my academy. Half of them, more than half of them, are on coloring techniques. I release a new coloring page every week now with these videos. Like none of that would even exist if you guys weren't interacting with our super basic, thick outline black coloring pages back then in 2017, 2018. So you guys made this happen. You should be so proud. Like you influenced the world. We're supposed to be the influencers, but it's you guys who made this happen collectively. All the people in the world, all the people who are in this stream tuning in from Germany, from South America, from South Africa, from South Carolina, from Arizona, from France, all of you people from all around the world made this happen, made this art that you're seeing on the screen today happen. This is for you guys. So thank you so much. It shines beautifully. It's so amazing. Thank you. Oh, I think you are the sweetest, perfect person to teach us. I will be signing up for classes. Do you ever use pen pastels for the first layer? First of all, thank you for the kind words, and I will be looking forward to teaching you and seeing you in class. Pen pastels for the first layers. No, I actually don't like doing that. If I'm using pen pastels, then I like to stick with pen pastels for the whole thing. I rarely mix them with colored pencils, even with Prismacolor, which is basically pastels in the way that it behaves. There's just something about it that rubs me the wrong way. I have done pen pastels over colored pencils on a couple of occasions on a portrait, but that's it. But generally, I don't like using them. That's not to say that it's wrong to do so. If it works, it works. I always encourage you guys to experiment and to try various things that work for you. I find that happy little accidents are the way that we learn and the way that we advance forward. I just shared with my private students. Oh, you can see those crumbs now. On lighter colors over darker, you can clearly see it. And that crumbs problem, it's only a problem with this particular brand of paper. This particular color of this particular brand of paper. That's another thing that I was talking with one of my students about the other day is even if you settle on a brand of paper that you like, not every sheet of paper is created equal. For instance, with cardstock, Recollections cardstock, which is what I'm working on right now, there are hundreds of colors, hundreds and hundreds and hundreds. I don't mess with the super dark ones, but I like the midtones and the lighter colors. And they all are super friendly for colored pencil work. All except a very particular shade of peach pink. Not every peach pink, not every peach and not every pink, but this one peach pink is just too glossy for wax pencils and certain effects don't come out. I have this big, soft, light Sigma makeup brush that I use to brush away crumbs. That's so smart. Yes, those will be great. If you have a makeup brush, that's even better. The brushes that I'm using are very cheap synthetic, like acrylic paint brushes. Alrighty, so the dress is turning out nicely. You saw that I added a little bit of yellow, canary yellow, to this area right here over her boob, because I will be adding yellow to pretty much everything here. To her skin tone, to the gold, of course, to the dress, even in the hair, I added a little bit of yellow highlights. And that's the general light and atmosphere and the golden glow that I was talking about. That will be very, very prevalent. But now comes one of my favorite parts, probably the favorite part of mine on this entire composition, and that's the absinthe glass. She will have a magical glowing green liquid in this glass, and it will actually reflect on her hand as a little surprise glow effect. So that's going to be fantastic. Make sure to stay for this effect. It's loads of fun. Is it the most neon one? I have problems with that one. No, it's actually not. It's not the most neon one. It's quite a pale one that I have a problem with. I have not had an issue. Well, maybe I haven't tried the most neon one. I've tried a neon one. There's still colors that I haven't even tried in cardstock. And that's why I like buying cardstock in bundles of many colors. You know, if you go to an actual art store like Michael's, then you can get a big stack of them. It's super affordable too. Like I showed you guys my bin of cardstock paper. I mean, certainly it does add up. You know, we have walked into an art store and walked out $300 later with a bunch of paper, but that's entirely on us. But they have really beautiful bundles. You can get an entire ream of paper that features anywhere from 5 to 15 different colors, and those are great. Though they do always, not always, but they often have super, super dark colors, even black, which is fine if you like freehand drawing. But if you're only coloring, 65 people here now. Woohoo! Thank you guys. We are trying to get to 100 and we still have an hour and a half to go. So I think we can do it. Everyone who's watching, send a message to your friend. 66 people. Thank you. Send a message to your friend. Tune in from a different device. Tell your mother to tune in. Post on Facebook. Post on Discord. Let's get some people in here so we can run that super, super special and valuable giveaway in addition to our regular giveaways. I'm just marveling at it all. It's amazing what you can do, what you can create with colored pencils. Well, thank you. Actually, it's the world of coloring that got me to be pretty much a coloring pencil artist these days. I'm actually a classically trained oil painter. I was a tattoo artist for 10 years as well. I have practiced many art forms, all of them two-dimensional. I like drawing, illustration, design, tattoo, painting, all two-dimensional. Not a big fan of sculpture. I mean, sculpture is an art form, love it. I have the highest respect for it. But personally, I'm just not really 3D inclined. I prefer to create 3D effects with a 2D media. I am blown away. Well, thank you. Thank you, guys. And thank you everyone who subscribed. We crossed 18,000 subscribers today. Thank you so much live on the show. We produced one giveaway winner already. TT has won a course of her or his choosing. I think you are her. I'm not sure. I'm sorry if I get this wrong or if I butcher anyone's name. I try my best. Love you and all your content. Thank you. My mom just sent me my first oil painting that I made when I was 13. Oh, and let's hear all about it. Are you loving it? Are you embarrassed by it? I'm embarrassed by all of my work from my teenage years. My mother, oh God, my mother keeps all of my oil paintings that I did when I was about 13. That's when I started oil painting as well. She keeps them all in frames, in like museum quality gold leaf frames on her walls, and it's so embarrassing. Oh my God. The yellow on the glass looks amazing. Is it yellow ochre? Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Good eye. It is yellow ochre, and I blended it with cream and white. And the reason that it has yellow, ochre, and cream and white, thank you for the hearts, you guys, is because of the background, because we have that yellow in the background. So notice that when I brought in the yellow on the glass, it's not quite as bright as it is in the background because the glass itself distorts the color a little bit. I love that you see I love that you use all kinds of toned paper, all colors, so we're able to use up a mixed colored pack. Well, thank you. Wow, do I win a prize? Yes. When we run giveaways, there are 2 more giveaways that will happen between now and the end of the show. You win one of the courses that are listed in the video description. I also, every, I think 30 minutes, there's a little demo that runs on the screen that gives little snippets of the courses. The courses that are being given away today are, let me get my note. The courses that are being given away today are watercolor effects with colored pencils, stained glass effects with colored pencils, how to color crystals, light illusions, textures, color me centered, and if we get 100 people in this stream, which we might, fantasy glow effects, which is a $200 course. I will take a picture really quick and post it on Discord. Awesome. Yes. If you guys are not in my Discord server, you're missing out. Join. Discord is a great place to be if you're in the right server. My server happens to be very friendly, very cozy, and everyone is super supportive. So follow the link in the video description, join our server. Okay, here it comes. Here comes the green in the liquid. You know, for someone who hates green as much as I do, I get unreasonably excited about green glow effects. They are just joined the Discord. Welcome. They are just so stunning. And for this green, this is actually a different pencil. I have that on my desk. One second. Which green is it? Maybe it's that one. No, it's this one. I do have it. This is once again spring green, but this is the glow on the hand. Looks amazing. Thank you. It's the little things that really make your art special. Like, I didn't have to add that little glow effect on the hand, but her hand is cupped so nicely. I wanted the glass to not just feature green liquid, but if I can throw in a glow effect, you guys know me. Oh, and speaking of effects, okay, so this pencil is a spring green, and notice how much lighter it looks in the glass than it did on the dress. Same exact color. But why different? Because on the dress, we layered it over aquamarine, and here we're layering it over yellow and white. It looks really cool. It's going to get even cooler. Speaking of effects, we also have a poll happening, which I see 60 people already voted in. Very cool. 59 people voted in. The poll, if you're in the live chat, it's on the top of the chat. You can click on the drop down and cast your vote. Which of the following do you enjoy coloring the most? The options are colorful metals, skin tones, fabrics, or glow effects. And this poll, I've been watching it. Every single one of these things has been in the lead, but right now skin tones is in the lead by a lot. 44% skin tones, 29% glow effects, colorful metals 17%, and fabrics 12%. So make sure to cast your votes. And somebody please remind me at the end of the show to actually announce how the poll turned out, because I always forget about it. And then after the show, I'm like, crap, I forgot about the poll. I'm a 3D texture artist, and I love seeing how traditional artists replicate effects like caustics, light through refractive surfaces. I love light through refractive surfaces. I love glass and crystals and gemstones. We have in the Academy courses on gemstones and crystals, multiple courses on gemstones and crystals, but we do not have anything specifically on glass. And that's another thing that I really want to do, but I have quite a bit on my plate right now. So I don't know if it's going to happen in 2026, but in 2027, we will very likely have a course on glass with colored pencils. That's not to say that there won't be individual tutorials on that topic before then, because I love glass and liquids. and lights, like specifically, not just by themselves, but with really fun light refractions and reflections. Those of you who are enrolled in my gemstones course, you guys know that I actually used to be a jeweler's appraiser. It was my job to look through the loop and appraise gemstones. So I actually know gemstones. I know how they're cut. I know how to measure them, how to grade them, and all that. And when I designed my complete guide to coloring gemstones, where I teach literally how to color every single type of gemstone imaginable on the planet in any color, I taught it from the perspective of a jeweler, and in fact, I even share some of my jeweler's charts with the students. So that's a cool one. The green liquid, wow, yeah, the liquid here. This part, for anything that's reflective and refractive like this, it's important to have high contrast. Well, all of you who have taken my gemstones class know this. It's the same, it's very similar. It's a very similar approach to gemstones, except we don't have the facets here. It's just like a single blob of a thing. And it's important to have really high contrast. We have to have absinthe. She's drinking absinthe, for someone who's asking. So for something that's glowing and taking in light like this, it's important to have super high contrast. So we have to bring in that really dark green and a little bit of black, but it's important not to overdo this part. And I was a little bit concerned, so I'm actually going to come in with my lighter green and yellow to lighten that part on the base of the glass, because I already established the glow on the inside of her hand. So like the center and base of the glass need to be really, really, really glowing. We seem to not be able to get past 65 people. Come on, guys. Share the love. Let's get more viewers in the show. Make a post. You're on Facebook. Make a post. Share this link. Send someone a private message and be like, yo, tune in. Here's the link. Let's make it happen. I'm a geologist. Oh, you are? That is so cool. I love geology. I have on my wall, my camera is like nailed to this station, so I can't take it with me. But on this wall that I'm looking at right now, there is a display of my favorite geological finds. I got the geology bug a couple of years ago, and I started collecting rocks, minerals, and crystals and cataloging them, because I live in a very beautiful place in the desert, in the foothills, and we have some amazing rocks here. A lot of crystals, a lot of volcanic rocks, and we have some fossils here as well. It's quite cool. Let's see. One of my things I want to learn to draw in color is old peeling painted doors with rusty metal hinges and doorknobs. That is cool. Very, very specific and beautiful textures. Very, very beautiful textures. That kind of stuff, that's all about detail, very fine detail, considering the overall color and feel, and very high contrast. Yeah, for something like that, you want to like up the grunge factor. So super high contrast. Make sure to bring in actual black for those cracks and shadows, especially like around the rusted doorknobs and hinges. Lots and lots of black. In Metallics Effects Masterclass, which is one of the master classes in the Academy, there's a chapter on grime and grunge. So all sorts of rust and scratches and discoloration. If you're enrolled in that class, check out that chapter. It will have your hinges covered for you. What about wood? What about it? Do I teach it anywhere, or how would you approach wood? What is the actual question? Just join Discord. Welcome. Yay! I also live in the desert. Way cool. I love living in the desert. I love everything about it. When people think desert, they think like Lawrence of Arabia, and we certainly have. I have that class. Awesome. And we certainly have, like, we have desert dunes, which is like you drive out into the foothills and there's a big sandbox. No water or anything, just sand. But where I live, hold that thought. White gel pen. Coming in for the bubbles. This will work for champagne as well. At the end of the year, last year, I did a tutorial. It's free up on YouTube. You can see it in my past videos on how to color a champagne glass. So if you're looking to color beautiful, shiny, sparkly, bubbly liquids like this one, you may want to check out that video as well on the champagne glass. Do you guys want to run another giveaway? Is it too soon? Is it not too soon? One more giveaway? What do you say? What say ye? Another giveaway or wait another 15 minutes? I'm from Colorado, very diverse land terrain. We considered Colorado as a place to move. My husband, he lived in Colorado for like, I mean, we're both practically gypsies. We moved around our entire lives. But we tell people we're from New York because that's where we met. I would love to learn how to color wood. I am making a note of that, and I will make sure to work wood, literally making a note right now, to work wood into an upcoming tutorial. Yes, yes, giveaway. Alrighty, I am going to write down my next number between 1 and 50. Give me 1 second. I have written down my number, and let's see. Giveaways. These are the courses. How perfectly timed. These are the courses from which you can select your prize. Okay, go everyone. Give me a number between 1 and 50. Go. If I could draw like that and use color pencils, I would have an excuse to not talk to my kids. You can draw in color like this. Just stick around here. Join my live streams. Join a course. Color along with me. I have students. We still have a student spotlight coming up. I have students who draw in color just as well as I do, and some, in my humble opinion, even better. Probably shouldn't say that live on the show to not give anyone a super big head, but some of your work completely blows me away. The Metallic Masterclass is amazing. Thank you. Thank you. That class is also producing just brilliant, brilliant results. Incredible. And in fact, I think on the last show, my spotlight artist was someone who did an amazing job on a metallics assignment. Alrighty, now on to the gold, the moment everyone's been waiting for, the gold itself, the gold coins. So starting again with a white charcoal. If you're working on white paper, you don't need to do this step. You don't need to establish the lighter highlights. But one of the cool reasons for working on toned paper is to be able to do this, because it's so much easier to add white highlights to an already toned paper than to try to shade everything around or try to imagine which areas you want lighter in the end. So it does save a lot of time. I see numbers are still coming in. We are guessing one number between 1 and 50. So go, 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 go. I will give you 15 more seconds. 15, 14, 13. You're not actually going to make me count, are you? 10, 9. Okay, it looks like everyone's done. Okay, 3 more seconds, just in case there are stragglers. 3, 2, 1. Booyah. Okay, the giveaway has ended, and I am looking for a winner. My number was 18, if anyone wants to help me. 18. We have 17. Woohoo! Thank you for the super chat. Texas Cactus. Awesome name. 18. Did anyone have 18? I think we did not have 18, but we had 17. 17. Holly Dickerson. Congratulations, Holly. Our winner is Holly. Holly, congratulations. You won one of the courses that I mentioned earlier, which are watercolor effects, stained glass effects, how to color crystals, light illusions, textured textures, or color me centered. These are all linked in the video description, actually with links, so you can click directly on the course and go to it and see it. If you're not familiar with any of them, take your time, figure out which one you want. Let me know on Discord, and I'm gonna make a note. It was Holly Dickerson is our winner. And we have one more giveaway. Okay, so go and figure out what you want. Let me know in Discord. If you already have all of these, we'll work something out. I'll either hook you up with another course of the same value, or you can pick a lucky winner of your own and gift it to someone, or I'll just give you a code to it and you can invite someone. We'll make it work. You'll get a free course out of it. Congratulations. Everyone is feeling lucky today. Ah, HP, your name's actually Holly too. That's right. I just know you as HP. Everyone, like I said, this is the time of the show where I take my clothes off. I always start the show with my clothes on. Always end the show barely wearing anything. It's the studio lights. It gets really, really warm here. Actually, when I start the show, I have a little pocket warmer in my pocket because it's so cold in my room. By about mid-show, the pocket warmer is off and the clothes come off. Let's see, I'm still wearing something here, right? Okay, you guys would tell me. Good. Okay, we have produced 2 winners. We're lurking in the 60s. 60 people watching at any given time, which isn't looking too promising. If we were in the 80s, it would look more promising for our third giveaway to feature a masterclass. But hey, who knows? We still have about an hour to go, and we still have one more giveaway to do. And by then, we may get 100 people in here. So if you're watching, share the love, spread the word. I will give away fantasy glow effects with colored pencils valued at $200 to our next lucky winner. If they want. If they don't want it, that's fine too. But only if we get close to 100 people here. Channel members are more likely to win giveaways. That is true, though not guaranteed. It's just that your luck is a little bit higher. Alrighty, the pencil that I'm using right now for my brown is the same brown pencil that I used on the skin tone. When I work on one complicated, complex coloring page like this one, I like to reuse the same pencils. Give me a second. I'm still recovering from that cough. Rumor has it, there's been this thing going around. Everyone had this really basic 2-week-long cold, like a common cold, but we all ended up with a cough afterwards. And rumor has it, it can last up to 8 weeks. I've never had that happen to me. It's better when I'm speaking, it's not there, but throughout the day as I'm sitting here drawing, I'm coughing all day long. It's not very attractive. Fortunately, I have my water here nearby, and my voice is no longer in danger of breaking like last time. And you guys are doing great with these live streams. Everyone seems to be having a fantastic time. We chat, we have fun, we learn a lot. So I decided to do a live stream every 2 weeks on the show. So congratulations to everyone who made this possible last week and today. So our next stream will be in about 2 weeks. I'll set it up probably later today. And you can always see the upcoming stream on the main page of my YouTube channel. And the next one will be the full coloring of my drawing of the black latex dress, the Catwoman. That will be the next one. And it will be dedicated to specifically mixing wax pencils and oil pencils and the technique that goes along with it. And not necessarily Prismacolor and polychromos, which is what I'm using. This technique will be true for any oil and wax mixing. Is it like a sienna brown? It's exactly like a sienna brown. Yes, if you are working with Prismacolors, sienna brown will produce the same exact effect. It's just the reason I like this pencil so much, it's not even the color as much as the feel, because the same thing happens to me with the lilacs from this set as well. Those of you who learn drawing from me, or my private students, you guys know that I like sketching in lilac and purple. And pretty much all of the lilac sketches that I've done lately for my drawing students, I've done with this HB Skin brand without realizing. It happens to be the perfect color. They're just so beautiful. I don't know. Sometimes, a brand just clicks with you, not because of anything logical, but because it feels good. It produces the result that you like. I have no complaints about this pencil. Again, if anyone can find this for me, can you post a picture of HNB pencil in Discord? I will. Good idea. Yes, that's a really good idea. I will take a picture of it and I will post it before it disappears because this is the text is approaching the sharpener here. I love the way oil colored pencils feel. I'm quite the opposite. I like the way that wax pencils feel. I find oil pencils a little bit too clickety clickety. They're like on your drawing surface, the way that a stylus is on the screen. And they're a little bit too hard. I don't like that you can't blend with them like at all. Not the way that I'm used to blending with wax, but I do like them for super sharp detail. So I discovered on this the Catwoman piece, I discovered that I actually like mixing them, but in a very specific order. So in this stream that's coming up in 2 weeks, I will share my secrets with you, what I discovered. So here again, I did notice that the coins and the skin have the same procedure. It's white charcoal, then burnt sienna, then a blender. I used peach for my skin tone blender, and then I came in with that same yellow ochre, and it looks overwhelming. Like her skin is actually yellow, like she's been dipped in iodine or something. It's most definitely not natural, but it works. Like that's how much orange and yellow we want in her skin for this particular picture, and that's why on zoomed in shots like this, I also like to pop out the finished version of the coloring page on the top right part of your screen. And so that you can see how everything works together. And you can see that while up close, the arm looks really freakishly yellow, on the finished piece, you don't really see that it's yellow. You just see that it's skin. So again, more mind tricks of how colors are perceived. It's not everything is as it seems. For my orange, I am coming in with vermilion on the coins. I've been using vermilion surprisingly a lot, and actually a project that I have coming up next on my brand new pastel Strathmore paper is going to feature, you guys are going to laugh at me. This is a project that I'm doing because I have to, not like because I need to, not because anyone asked me to, or because it's part of a program. It's literally, I opened this and I ran my fingers over the paper, and I kid you not, I had a vision, like clear as day vision of what I want drawn on that page. And what I want drawn on that page, it's gonna be green. I know. I know. It's like, it's a curse. Maybe I secretly love working with green, and for some reason I'm unable to admit it. But it's such a strange glitch. But this vision that I had is Mia Goth from the new Frankenstein movie in her green dress in that Frankenstein tower, which has a lot of green glow in it because it's all steampunk and stuff, and it's raining, and there's a big Medusa head on the wall, and the Medusa head is green, and you can see the rain reflectors through the window in the Medusa head. And Mia Goth, who plays Elizabeth, is standing and looking over her shoulder, so you can see the corset lace of her dress. That's my vision. I'm gonna make it happen. I'm gonna start probably right after the stream or tomorrow morning, because it's gonna be another like 10-hour project. Been a fair amount of green, I know. I know. Green is here to stay for now. In fact, I don't know if you guys noticed, but I actually changed the color of the icon on my YouTube channel. It's always my logo, but I changed the color of the icon. In February, it was pink for Valentine's Day, and now it's green for St. Patrick's Day. In December, it was blue for just winter. And let's see, what do we have coming up? We have Easter coming up next, so maybe yellow? What do you guys think for Easter? Or like Sky blue? Or maybe actually multicolored, like an Easter egg? Let me know your thoughts in the chat. It's going to be incredible. Thank you. How many, raise your hands in the chat, how many of you have seen the new Frankenstein movie? I am in love with it. It is a Guillermo del Toro film, and I love, love all of it. I can't do pink. I did pink last month for Valentine's Day. So anything but pink or green. I'm an August baby and I absolutely love my peridot gemstone for my birthday. Lavender is a good idea. Yes, multicolor Easter egg, also a good idea. I have tonight. Yes, HP, I know you're watching it tonight with your husband. We might watch it again because I'm just completely in love with it. Not only is it visually striking because it's Guillermo del Toro, but the story itself, I really like that take on Frankenstein and I told HP this morning specifically like what it means to be a monster. It's very cool. I love it. Beautiful story, beautiful imagery. I just can't get enough of it. Robin's egg blue. Okay, that can be. Certainly your green creations are gorgeous. Why, thank you. Thank you. Sky blue, lavender. Okay, everyone thinks like blue or lavender for Easter. Okay. No, I haven't seen it. But did you see that they made a Peaky Blinders movie on Netflix? I did. We actually just discovered this last night. Adrian and we are diehard Peaky Blinders fans. In fact, those of you who are old enough to know my last dog, Shelby, who has been my lovely assistant for years on this channel, Shelby is named after the entire Shelby family. We got her when we started watching season 1 of Peaky Blinders, and that's why I named her Shelby. She's a rescue. Somebody dumped her half dead in front of my door. And I took her in, and when she was healing up and I had to come up with a name for her, I asked her what she wants to be named. So I would recite names to her and look for her reaction. And because we were watching Peaky Blinders, I thought maybe like a character from the show, maybe Ada. But then I said Shelby, and she just started bouncing and wagging her tail. She really liked the sh sound. So that's how we got Shelby. That's how she became Shelby. So Peaky Blinders is very near and dear to my heart. And yes, we saw that there's a movie. We'll probably have to binge watch the entire series again from the very beginning, now that we haven't done it like 6 times already. Have you guys, since we're same brown, okay, the coloring is taking care of itself, the same brown pencil, the H&B. Have you guys seen The Bone Temple, the new 28 years later film? That's another series that, well, it's not a series, but it's a series of films starting with 28 Days Later that we are absolutely married to from the very first one. We just saw The Bone Temple a few weeks ago, and it's by far the best in the series. Like every new one is the best. It's incredible. My daughter's dog, Nova, actually preferred the name Nymeria from Game of Thrones. That was on my list. Nymeria was on my list, and Shelby didn't really care. The Frankenstein movie is fantastic. I see Susan watched it. Very cool. I just watched them all the Peaky Blinders. Oh, nice. It has the most amazing soundtrack too. At least like the first seasons did. I don't know about I don't think I don't think I watched the very last season yet. Um but in the beginning, like the first 2 or 3 seasons, the soundtrack is everything that I listen to anyway. So if you guys want to know what I listen to, Peaky Blinders season 1. I just watched all of them, but I haven't watched the Bone Temple one yet. Now I need to check it out. You watched all the 20. You're gonna love it. You're gonna love it. In fact, once you watch it, you will know why I wear a red jumpsuit now. There you go. You may never speak to me again. But yeah, just remember that I used to be a tattoo artist, and Jimmy Ink is a name that appeals to me the most, and then red tracksuit, so I say no more. Those of you who watched Bone Temple will understand. In fact, I even have a wig to go with my outfit. Have you seen the True Blood series? It's a little bit old, but they're cool characters. True Blood, that sounds familiar. What is that about? I don't think I saw that one. I think the name is familiar because someone else recommended it. Okay, so on before we get carried away talking about movies, because I have a few other movies to run past you. Adrian and I, we love movies. We watch a new movie. We watch series and movies. We watch something every night when we sit down to eat dinner. So we go through a lot of movies. Vampires, yeah, that's what I thought. I think I have seen it. The copper, yes. So for the copper, the approach is a little bit different from gold. And of course, the approach is going to be a little bit, we have to do some work. We can't just talk about movies the entire time. The approach to copper is a little bit different than the approach to gold. And of course, it's going to be a little bit different depending on the object. So like a copper coin will be different from a gold coin, but in the same way. Whereas like a copper teapot versus a gold coin, well, because it's a teapot, there's a lot more to consider there. In this case, we have this, I keep wanting to call it a cauldron, but it's actually a pot. It's a pot of gold. The magical leprechaun's pot of gold, and I wanted it to be copper. The trick with copper in the Metallics Effects Masterclass, I teach you guys the metals color triangle. All metals come down to three colors: white, yellow, and gold, and that's silver. White, yellow, and red, and that's silver, gold, and copper in a nutshell. Everything else is a mix of those base metals. So those base metal colors. More orange than with gold, a lot more orange, but also a lot less reflectiveness. Yes, copper can be highly polished and very shiny, but it doesn't reflect as well as gold, and gold doesn't reflect as well as silver. So it's not just the color that we have to change when we color different metals. We have to consider the level of polish, and we have to consider the level of reflectiveness. So it's a bit of a balance that needs to be struck. So you need to really understand your subject matter. In case of this pot, even though it's quite a large surface area, most of it will actually end up painting black, even though the metal itself isn't black like wrought iron is. But what gives away the fact that it's copper are these highlights that I'm adding right now. And I added the highlights with my white charcoal so that I can see where they will be in the end. That's yet another demonstration for you why white charcoal on toned paper is so powerful. Or white anything. It doesn't have to be white charcoal. If you prefer a regular white colored pencil, it's the same thing. But just, add those highlights so that you know where you are, so you don't have to try to imagine where it will go. You already have the information there. Just color around it. And then, of course, it also lightens up the pigment that you put on top of it. So for me, I wanted the coins that are piled up on the floor next to her to reflect in the pot. So I added those blurry reflections and I followed them up with orange and yellow to lighten it up. And now I'm coming in with black and brown. When I come in with my final blending color, I like to use black plus the last dark colors that I used. So in this case, a black and brown to fill in pretty much the rest of this copper pot. And what this tells us is that, one, there's no direct light onto this copper pot, otherwise it would be reflected very strongly and we could see all the scuffs and scratches on it and stuff like that. There are clearly some light sources. We are coloring around them right now. So something somewhere is reflecting here. Maybe it's a lamp, maybe it's a lantern, maybe it's actually natural light. We don't know. Some kind of a light source, but it's not so bright as to be like a studio light or a lamp shining onto the spot. It's just some mysterious light source. But so there's clearly enough light to see all the details, but not so much light that we actually see the object creating the light reflected in the pot. And hence we are filling most of this object with black. And that's something that takes practice. It takes practice, it takes patience, and it takes practicing on various types of objects, because you can color this along with me and okay, now you know how to color a copper pot in this configuration, but how do you apply it to a different copper object? Not every copper object is going to look this dark with just a few highlights here and there. So how do you decide? Well, in Metallics Effects Masterclass, I teach exactly that. How to approach any kind of metal from any angle, in any lighting scenario, any color metal, any surface. And at the end, we do together a magnanimous project, a very, very long coloring of a Valkyrie who is fully clad in metallic body armor. So there are many things that are happening there, metals of different colors, as well as reflections of things around her. So she has white and yellow armor on, yet we use a lot of blue. And you're like, whoa, blue, like real dark ultramarine and sky blue in that armor. Why? Well, when you go through the class, you'll find out. But cool things like that happen with metals because they are reflecting so much. Let's see what else is happening in the chat here. Did have a corned beef dinner last night. Nice, very nice. I have a learning disability from a brain injury, and the way you explain how you go about with your colors really helps me to figure out how to apply them. Thank you. Oh my God, thank you so much for saying so. I am always happy to hear your guys' feedback on how I teach and how I present information. And this means so much to me to hear that from you. And if there's anything else that I can do to help you understand things better, any of you, please don't be shy. That's why I think it's so great to have these live shows that you guys can ask me questions directly. And that way I can mention more of those things in my pre-recorded videos and my courses that I put together. Because I'm, like I said on the last show, I'm always looking for a better angle to deliver information, a cleaner way to deliver information so that it really clicks. Because like for me, when I was learning art, I started drawing when I was 3 years old, and in the beginning I was just learning by myself. Later I ended up going to art school, but as a child, as a teenager, I was self-taught. And the main question that I kept asking is why? I could copy pretty much anything. I just had this natural gift for copying things. I had Renaissance books in my house. I was sitting there copying Michelangelo's works and Leonardo's works, and they looked identical, and I'm like 12. And but I couldn't draw my own original stuff yet. So as I was learning to draw my own original compositions, and especially portraits, in the beginning I didn't even like drawing portraits, but then I really got into it. But I kept asking why? Why does this effect work? Like, why do we look at this and it looks shiny? What is it? So constantly trying to solve that puzzle, I think, has helped shape me as a teacher. Okay, this part is my favorite. I know I say that about everything because I get really excited about all these effects. But for the gold coins, some of you wondered on the short tutorial on this why I bothered coloring in some of these coins pure yellow if I'm going over them with a white gel pen in the end. And the answer to that is quite simple. It's because I didn't know I was going to apply a white gel pen to it in the end when I did so. It was a spur of a moment decision. Originally, the coins, the brightest, shiniest coins were just going to be pure yellow. That was the original vision. And actually, I often do like a digital painting mock-up of what I'm going to color. And I did so for this one. I drew the coloring page, and then I kind of splashed digitally colors onto it where I want colors to go. And my very basic raw painting of the coins looked a lot more yellow in my mock-up than it does in this version. Student spotlight. Okay, this is going to be fun. This is going to be fun. We have 3 students in the spotlight today. Our first student in the spotlight is HP, who is Holly, as I just learned, who is in the live chat with us today. Everyone say congratulations, HP. Give her a round of applause. Give her some love. Send her some hearts. HP is an amazing colorist who is going through multiple of my courses and follows all of my tutorials. This project is something she shared with me a couple of days ago. On the left side of the screen above my head, you will see my drawing of fairy anatomy from a recent video tutorial that I did, which inspired HP's fairy that you can see on the main screen. Where's the main screen? Is that here? I think so. Hopefully I'm pointing in the right direction. And what she shared with me was her progression in fairy wings. On the left here, you can see the fairy wings that she colored. I believe this is a coloring of a coloring page. HP, correct me if I'm wrong. This is a coloring, and it's beautiful. It's a beautiful drawing. It's a beautiful coloring of it, but you can see that the colors are quite flat and muted, and there's no difference really between the fairy and the wings. So there's a little bit of timidity. While the color itself is attractive, there isn't a lot of high contrast. There isn't any contrast really. There isn't variation. It's a little bit dull and muted, and she wasn't happy with it. However, today in 2026, just a few days ago, Holly completed this beautiful drawing. I believe this is actually a freehand drawing. Yes, Holly is here with us in the live chat. That she did for her baby granddaughter. And she followed my tutorial on fairy wings to make the same set of fairy wings glow, and so much more. I love that she used, it's amazing. It's not blah. Look at it. It glows off the screen. Everyone tell Holly how it glows. But what I especially love is the dress. I mean, there's so many things here that I love. I love the blue feathers. I love the high contrast between the blue and the red. The contrast between the red itself looks like it glows. Like the skirt of the dress, it looks kind of like there's a little bit of a glow effect there. And of course, red is complementary to green. We don't have pure green here, but we have a little bit of lime green and turquoise in the wings, which that light spill on the dress and the light spill on the wings are complementary colors. So each one looks from, yes, from 2023. I have that up on the screen. It looks that much stronger than they would look by themselves. Fantastic work, Holly. Be proud of your progress. Absolutely. This is spectacular. This is a gorgeous drawing. Aw, you're welcome. And the whole thing, the drawing of the face, the expression, the eyes, the little drops of water there with the tiny reflections, and the design of it. Like, you could be a fashion designer. This dress is phenomenal. The headpiece, it's just everything about this makes me so happy. So proud of my students. So once again, congratulations, HP. And I always love when my spotlight students are actually in the live chat to receive their spotlight. Next up, we have a colorist named Nathir. I hope I'm pronouncing this right. This is the colorist that I spoke of in the beginning of the show that I said was going through my Pencils Pro course. And there's a little note that was pinned to the bottom of the coloring. It's cut off in the video. It's a private note, so I didn't keep it. But it was very genuine, and it meant a lot to me. So thank you so much for attaching it. But Nathir reached out to me personally, which you guys can always do on Discord, or you can talk to the Leo bot in the academy. And when he's stuck on a question, I'll come in personally and take over for him. And that's what happened. She was talking to the chat bot, and I came in and asked her how I can help. And she explained to me that while she really loves my version of the wolf, which you can see right there from Pencils Pro, she was feeling timid to start her own coloring in her own color palette, because the way that I present this wolf in the classes, we use him for training purposes to learn how to apply your own color combo, your own colors, make your own decision, and actually color it completely from start to finish, present your color combo. And after chatting just for a few minutes, she said, okay, I'm gonna go do it. And she did. She sent me this as a homework, and I was blown away. I didn't expect anything this beautiful, this bold. The chef's kiss, Nathir. Amazing. The color combo itself is brilliant. That kind of blue with that kind of orange is spectacular. You also did a phenomenal job on the gemstones. I don't think the student is going through the gemstone course. I think she just copied the gemstone the way that I did it, but in her own colors, and it still came across looking like a gemstone. It's phenomenal. And she decided to go with a natural fur color. So even though that, hello, I'm a wild mango, welcome. We're doing student spotlight. And even though she decided to go with a natural skin tone for the wolf, skin tone, wolf skin tone, with a natural fur color for the wolf. Like imagine the wolf needs to powder his nose in the morning. Patience is definitely required. Yes, patience is absolutely required. she went with a natural fur color on the wolf, but I absolutely love how she made it work with her color combo of blue and orange, and the super special touch of the wolf's eyes being this turquoise color. This is a perfect example of a student going through a course and really applying herself and really making it her own, without any additional guidance. This particular coloring, it's not a 2-hour coloring start to finish. It's just a very short demo specifically to get you to take your training wheels off and not follow along with me, but rather use your own color combos. So bravo, my friend, bravo. And finally, Zia, who sent this to me last night. So I already had this video processed and uploaded, and I had to redo it because I had to add her as my third spotlight artist for this show. It looks like we're going to have more and more spotlight artists every show because you guys are just incredible. This is from Fantasy Glow Effects. In fact, this is the course that we're trying to get to give away. If only we can get 100 people into this live stream. Hint, hint, nudge, nudge. But it's from that course. Over my head, you see my version of these samples. This is just one chapter in the course where I do lanterns. And for lanterns, I teach candles, the candle glow that the candles give out, plus the glow within the candle, a classic Japanese lantern, and a jack-o'-lantern, of course, because I always have to have something spooky in my demos. And this is the first, love the candles, right? It took my breath away when I saw this. When I saw this, this is one of those examples where I'm like, oh, why didn't I do this? This is better than mine. It's incredible. This color combo speaks to the very essence of me as an artist. The going with black instead of blue and making everything pink toned. Mwah. Spectacular. Absolutely. Bravo, Zia. This is so cool. And making the candles in this kind of a gray, deep gray tone. I see a little bit of like turquoise, almost greenish turquoise in there, maybe teal, a little bit of teal, a little bit of cream. This is done on tan-toned paper. But everything has that like pinkish undertone. It's incredible. The lantern as well, just phenomenal, this diffuse lighting. But the candles themselves, to go with that gray for the candles, is very scary, and it's very challenging. Like, she did not, even though in this course it's a step by step, like you can't miss a single stroke of a pencil, everything is on the screen, you can pause and play and color along with me, and I talk you through the whole thing. Even though, like, I don't know if this is her third attempt or fifth attempt or her first attempt, but she did not use any of my colors. She simply applied my theory. So I suspect she watched all of the lessons through and then came back and did it again, but with her own colors, having her own vision in mind. And that's just brilliant. And I don't know if you guys noticed the very subtle gradient behind the jack-o'-lantern. There's actually, it's black on the top and it's deep dark blue on the bottom. Applause, applause, applause to my spotlight students. So somebody who said earlier, I wish I could draw in color like you. People do. Quite a few people do. Hundreds of people already draw in color like me or better. So you can too. That's why I call my academy It's Easy to Draw, because if you follow the steps and if you have the desire to learn and a guide, which is me, then you absolutely can draw and absolutely will be easy. And I consider coloring drawing. That's why I never changed the name of my academy. Some people ask me why it's not It's Easy to Color, or why it's not the Coloring Academy. Well, because it's 50-50. I teach drawing and coloring. But why I kept the name It's Easy to Draw, it's because I consider drawing, coloring, just another form of drawing. Everything that I'm doing right now, like making all of these folds on the fabric, like I have to draw that in. All the details on the face to make her skin tone realistic, to make her face three-dimensional, that's drawing. The only thing that you have already done for you is the outline. So you skip the sketching stage, but you have to do the shading, the shaping, the detail, like all of that is drawing, absolutely. Hence, it's easy to draw. Enjoying Pencils Pro, yay! Another happy student. Good job, students. Yes, great work. So remember, we have now about half an hour left in the show. We are going to do one more giveaway today, giving away a free course in the Academy. We already produced two winners, TT and Holly. Holly Dickerson. Holly Dickerson. Sorry about that. And we will do one more giveaway in the next half an hour. And we were hoping to get to 100 people on this live show today, but we did not. We are teetering on 65. That is our curse. That's nowhere near 100. I was willing to cut some slack at 90, but at 65, it's not looking good for the final giveaway to actually feature one of the more advanced courses, involved courses. But we are still going to run a giveaway, and we are still going to give away one of the following standard courses. And they are watercolor effects with colored pencils, stained glass effects, how to color crystals, light illusions, textures, and color me centered. The winner will reach out to me on Discord and let me know what he or she chooses to participate in. So those courses are also excellent. They are just a little bit faster. They're not in multiple sections. They're not master classes that take several weeks or months to complete. Each of the courses mentioned here is valued at $100, and each should take you anywhere from a week to 3 weeks max to complete, but probably a week is realistic if you really work at it. I mean, everyone's approach is a little bit different. If it takes a month, that's fine. Textures class is amazing. Textures is like, some of these are more involved than others. For instance, textures, I do the 2 carnival masks, and it may sound straightforward, like you just color 2 masks, but I designed those masks to feature so many different individual textures. It has ceramic, it has gold inlays, it has glass, ribbons, velvet, little jingle bells, so metals. I specifically designed, well, carnival masks. There's a whole bunch of stuff piled on top of them, right? So it's like a playground for every single texture. So that one's a little bit more involved, even though it's a single image that we work with. But it's like, if that one takes you 3 weeks to complete, that's perfectly natural because you're going through it one texture at a time. Anybody can trace to draw something, but it takes understanding the color and application to turn it into a true art piece. That is very true. That is very true. I think the meat of drawing is actually in this. It's in making it look 3D and the blending and the layering. So all of you are drawers. Wish there was a better word for that. So many textures I now use in my work. Lace too. Yes, that's right. Awesome. I love hearing that. I love when you guys send me pictures of your work or tell me stories about your work where you applied something from my course to something completely different. I love it. It makes me so happy, especially like your personal work. If it's a portrait of your kid or your dog or something you did for a friend or a loved one, and you like put in a glow effect there or put in a textures effect, it makes me so happy. Because that's the idea, it's not just about, oh, I forgot. I said I was going to come back to it, but I didn't. We were talking about movies. We were talking about horror films. Who here? Okay, first of all, who here loves horror films? Because I'm a huge horror film buff. As you guys know, every October I go completely insane with movie references. But who here loves horror films? And among you who love horror films, who here has seen Whistle? Love horror. Yes, ego brain. Awesome. I out of all the genres, I mean, I love detective stories. I love a good detective story. I love historical films and historical fiction, especially if it's well made. So mystery, historical, fact and fiction, action films. I enjoy them. I don't particularly love them, but like some action films are amazing. That's a no for me. Horror fan, but not heard of that one. Whistle just came out recently. It's one of the new ones. We watched it a few nights ago. Scary horror movies are always a good choice, but above all, out of all of these genres, and I love, strangely, like I love horror films and romantic comedy. It's a really weird mix. Like I love giggling and romance and blood and gore. So actually, every year on Valentine's Day, Adrian and I watch the latest, newest horror film romantic comedy. Like Warm Bodies was one that we did a few years ago. That was hilarious. I love independent films. Yes, some of them are incredibly good. Sci-fi and fantasy. Yes, that's a biggie. That's a biggie. A lot of those overlap with Whistle. I haven't heard of it either. Okay, anyone else knows Whistle? Because if nobody knows it, what I'm about to show you is not going to make any sense or impress anyone. I may give you homework assignment to go watch Whistle before the next show, and then I'll show you what I have here on my desk because it's pretty amazing. Whistle is good. Um, I've seen Warm Bodies, loved it. Isn't it adorable? It's such a beautiful love story. It's based on Romeo and Juliet. They are even called R and Julie. So it's basically Romeo and Juliet, but with zombies. I love that homework assignment. Go home and watch Whistle. Yes, you have 2 weeks to do so. Go home and watch Whistle, and then I'll show you what I have here on my desk next time, and maybe you'll even get to hear it. Hopefully. Is Whistle scary? Very. Yes, it's very scary. It has a bit of, psychological tension happening there, a lot of suspense. Um, Kind of predictable, like there's no storyline suspense. It's pretty straightforward. You basically, like, they find this death whistle, and if you blow it, death comes for you. So just don't blow it. Of course, they blow it, and death comes for each and every one of them. Like that's revealed in the first moments of the film. But how they all die, some of their deaths are very graphic, and one of them is something like I've never seen before. So if that piques your interest, check out Whistle. Plus, I love all the characters in it, and the main girl, she's the girl who played Baby Wolverine in Logan. She's all grown up now, and I really like her. Horror, yeah, it's horror. I really like her as an actress. I forgot her name, but if you guys know Baby Wolverine, Wolverine's daughter, she was amazing in that role. I fell in love with her then, and now I saw her. This is the second time that I see her in a film. I haven't seen her in anything else, but she was great, and all the other cast were fantastic as well. Good characters, good writing. Um, Nick Frost is in it. I love Nick Frost. But I don't like I like horror films, but I don't like watching them because they give me nightmares. But I like analyzing them and thinking about the concepts. That's cool. Yeah, the really good ones are the ones that have you thinking, not necessarily like I don't actually like slasher films. Like I'm not a big Chainsaw Massacre film or anything like that. Um, Not like just hack and whack for the sake of it, but I like the ones that get you thinking. And of course, you now know that I love the whole 28 Days Later universe. So, even though that's zombies and a lot of hacking and whacking, but especially as they are evolving now, like the last two, 28 Years Later and Bone Temple. 28 Years Later was basically a historical lesson on the history of Great Britain. It's beautifully written and produced. Like, it's not about zombies anymore at all. It's about the history of violence in the UK. So when they're presented that way, and it's just like beautiful writing disguised in zombie gore, that's my kind of movie. And then Bone Temple takes it a whole level higher. And I mean, we were like cheering at the screen at some points of Bone Temple when we were watching it. It was amazing. Like, usually we watch a movie and we delete it from our movie history because we don't want to clutter our screen. We have like a whole big library of movies, but not this one. I'm like, we don't touch it. So we're gonna watch it again and again and again. It's like, it's epic. 28 years later was boring. Oh man, you must have missed a lot of that movie. It was anything but boring. It was amazing. Are you thinking about the right one, the one with Boots? boots, boots, moving up and down again. That one? If you thought that one was boring, I think maybe you should watch it again, but watch it from a different perspective of like the actual history of the UK. Maybe read up a little bit on the history of UK and like the history of war. And if you see it from that point of view, you'll watch an entirely different movie. But as far as like zombies themselves, they weren't that many. So I can see why you would say it's boring. I watched Nightmare on Elm Street as a teenager. Nightmare on Elm Street was my very first horror film, and it kind of traumatized me for a little bit. I didn't always love horror. My dad had me watch it when I was 8, and I was afraid of going to sleep at night for a few nights in a row. But I'm okay now, obviously. So now I read it a lot. Alrighty, so when we are, let's do some work again. When we're working in this manner, yeah, now Freddy's one of my favorites for sure. When we're working in this manner, where I'm working top to bottom on the page so as not to smudge anything, it's important to remember which pencils you used and in which order. So it's good practice to make a note of it, or actually organize them in different piles on your desk so that you don't have to guess how you got at a certain effect. Or if you're afraid that you can't keep track of it, then by all means, do it the other way, element by element. So all of the skin tone at the same time. You know, layer by layer. First oh, there goes my voice. First the white highlights, then come in with your brown, then your blender, but on everything that's skin. Same thing for the fabric. You know, prime the entire dress with your aquamarine blue, then come in with your green grass, and then blend with your jade green, then come in with your emerald green and the black. But on everything systematically. So for me on this one, I did this all in one long sitting, so 8.5 hours in one day. And I kept, well, with breaks, obviously, for lunch and whatnot. But I kept my pencils in very neatly organized piles at my arm's reach so that I know exactly, and in order, actually in order of operations, because I knew that by the time I got to this part of the dress, I would be so loopy that I wouldn't remember the exact order. And if it's not exact, then the effect will be a little bit off, and we don't want that. We want to make sure that everything is consistent. Let's see, 28 days and 28 weeks later was really good. I'm a fan of horror films, but it's a bit hard for me to take them seriously. Yes, yes. Sometimes it's hard to take them seriously, especially with over the top special effects. That's why I like the suspenseful ones better than the ones that rely on the gore. Hereditary, that's one of my favorites. Midsummer is also in that realm. That's my kind of horror. Absolutely. That's brilliant. Brutal and deep and psychological, like psychological thrillers with pain and suffering is kind of my genre. One of my favorite movies was George C. Scott's The Changeling. Ah, it's a haunting, but you don't actually see the boogie woogie. It's a ghost trying to get his story out. The Change, I've heard of it. I don't think I've seen it. I'm gonna put it on my list. Love Hereditary. Yeah, that one was amazing. The Conjuring, fun, fun, fun. Diaries. The originals. I don't know that one. I don't know the originals. I am the biggest Vampire Diaries fan. Have you guys? I haven't seen any. Okay, Adrian, Geezer Dude, you'll be thrilled to hear this because you heard us talk about this on the other channel. Adrian and I finally broke week and we watched. Can anyone guess? Vampires are involved. We watched Twilight, finally. I know, I'm like embarrassed to say it. For the longest time, we didn't want to get into the Twilight thing because we thought it was stupid and campy and like glitter teenagers. So we've been asking people for years. We're like, should we even invest in this? I didn't even realize they were movies. I just learned a Geezer Dude. Look at Geezer Dude's emojis. Like, oh, I know, we feel dirty for having done it. We like needed a shower afterwards. We're like, this is so bad. I'm happy to report that it was just as terrible as we expected it to be. I thought it was a series. All these years, I thought it was a series. I didn't even know it was Love the Walking Dead. Same here. Yeah. Um, like I like the concept of Twilight, and maybe it was cool when it just came out. But now, all these years later, and you know, at our age, it was a little cheesy. Like the acting is so over the top. It was- but we stuck with it. We watched the whole first one from start to finish, and we actually really liked the characters. It's like we were conflicted. We really wanted to like the characters. I love their game scene. Their soundtrack was awesome. Is kind of I'm confused. Like I am genuinely confused by that movie. I'm like this I should not be attracted to this garbage, but I am. I don't know, maybe because I find both of the actors really attractive. I don't know. It was like I felt bad. Like I felt guilty. I felt like I was watching bad porn or something. And I got caught. Rewatching The Walking Dead again. Wow, that's a commitment. The acting was awful in Twilight. Yes, yes, it was. It was. Especially the lead. Yeah, Edward and Bella. They're and like their moody faces. Like they're both really good actors. But we just kept asking, Will, like, how did they have a career after this? How did they become what they are after this trash? Okay, yellow coming in with my canary yellow over the silk. It makes sense here because of our yellow background, because of the golden glow on everything. Did you guys like how I just turned that around 180 degrees? It's like there are two people here, me and the teacher. Midsummer was awesome. I keep asking Adrian that we watch Midsummer again, and he's like, I'm not ready yet. It's been 5 years. I think. Maybe longer. He's not ready. He's properly traumatized by it. Let's see. Someone is talking to me. Holly, yes. Yes, Holly, you are speaking with me on in the chat. 1 second. I have to reply to Holly. Ah, Adrian is talking to her. Thank you, Adrian. Um 1 second. Yes, she did. Take care of her, please. Okay, so Holly, you were speaking with Adrian now live in our chat in the Academy. He will hook you up. The yellow brightens up that green, doesn't it though? Like even if you don't have, for me, uh, I'm doing it because of the golden glow everywhere. And you noticed I added a lot of yellow to the skin and of course the gold itself and the champagne glass, the absinthe glass and everything. Uh, but even if yellow wasn't there and you just felt like the dress is a little bit too cool, uh, and you want it to be warmer, then coming in a little bit with yellow, or if you just feel like the green isn't green enough, bringing in the yellow will really make that green pop. So if you felt like you added too much of that blue undertone, or if you just don't like it after you spend some time with it, you can correct any color pretty much. Like we have so much flexibility with these colors, especially with wax pencils. Let's see. Midsummer was so good. It got worse the further into this. The Twilight. Yes, it got worse the further into the series you got. We only watched the first one, and then we looked at each other and we're like, we don't have to watch the others, right? We decided that we don't. My mom watches only Murders in the Building. I don't know that. Is that a series? I used to watch all sorts of murder mysteries when I lived with my mom, when I was a teenager in high school. I had, back when we had like a TV guide and you had to come home by a certain hour to watch your favorite TV show. It tells you how old I am. So I used to watch Poirot, Columbo, and Murder, She Wrote. Those were my three favorites. And before that, when I was even younger, when I was 11 to about 16, I watched nothing but I Love Lucy. Yeah, it was my favorite show. I know every single episode by heart. There's so many good movies and series and so little time to. Yeah, we take this as a full-time job. We take our movies very seriously. We make sure we check the IMDb ratings before we commit to anything, especially with series. We just finished Homeland recently, and that was a big commitment. And after Homeland, we did The Fall of the House of Usher, which is based on Edgar Allan Poe's stories, and we are completely in love with it. We had to reread a bunch of stories because it took us a full episode to realize what was going on. And we're like, wait, this all seems so familiar. Wait, based on Edgar Allan Poe? What? And then everything clicked. The episodes are written so smartly. The way that they worked in all the stories. If you're a fan of Edgar Allan Poe, The Fall of the House of Usher is a miniseries. It's only 6 or 7 episodes, so it's not that much of a commitment. Loved that one, but it's so beautiful, so well written, and like if you know the stories, even if you don't know the stories, every episode is titled after a story. So even if you don't want to go and read them all, just look up on Wikipedia what that story is about, and read a really short overview of it, and then the episode will be that much more enjoyable because you will see all of our. No, I didn't see your question about I Am Legend. Can you please repeat it? I love I Am Legend, but I love the original script, the book, which they didn't make into the movie. Edgar Allan Poe is one of my favorite authors. Even when I was a child, The Telltale Heart is one of my favorite stories. That's one of the episodes, is The Telltale Heart. Yeah. A Telltale Heart, The Black Cat, um, Murder on the Rue Morgue, of course. Um, the one with the Red Death and the mask at the carnival. I forgot what that one was called. What else? The Black Cat, the one where the guy gets cemented into the wall, and the pendulum. The pendulum was my favorite always, and the Raven, of course. And the Raven, the Raven's the last episode. It all falls together. Um, I did you see the Vincent Price version of Usher? Not yet, but it's on my list. Yeah, it must be done. I love true crime documentaries. TT, please. The Cask of Amontillado. Yes, that's the one. That's in there as well. I think there are 12 stories referenced over 7 episodes. Beautifully done. Please ask me the I Am Legend question again. Oh, I can tell you what I know about I Am Legend. I know that the original comic book for it had a very particular ending that was very dark and hit you psychologically hard and made you think. And they did not do that in the movie. Though I did learn later that they filmed multiple takes for the ending, and I did watch those as well. Sorry, my phone is beeping. I hope it's not too distracting. Um, what's bigger, your watch list or your draw list? Oof, that's a tough one. Those might be in tie. I don't actually know. They're both pretty long and ever evolving. Like the second that probably my watch list is longer because it takes longer to get through a movie than it does through a drawing. Oh, no worries, no worries. With drawing, if I get an idea, I can afford to sit down for 8 hours and draw it. But with a movie, even a 2 hour movie, sometimes we watch over 3 days because we don't have the time. On Friday night, Saturday night, and Sunday night, we'll watch a full movie. But the rest of the time, we'll usually watch like half an hour and then continue. Or if it's a series, we'll watch one episode and then continue the following night. So because of that, I would say my watch list is longer than my drawing list. Alrighty, kids, we are coming up to the end of our show, and we still have over 50 people with us. So what say you we run another giveaway? Yay? Nay? I have written down my third number. Where will this all lead? Well, where will what all lead? Let's see. Um, I'm still waiting for that question on. You reposted it. I missed it again. Ah, Have you read I Am Legend? Yes, yes, I have. I read I Am Legend, and I loved it, and I was properly disappointed in the Hollywood ending of the movie. And since then, I have watched on YouTube the other versions of the endings, that that they filmed and just never released. And oh crap, I accidentally declared a winner. I accidentally declared a winner too early. We may have to run this twice. I'm gonna run this again. I'm gonna keep Hurricane Ink as our winner, and I'm just gonna declare a fourth winner. You guys okay with that? Okay. Let's run it for a minute, and I will declare another winner. And if you guys reach out to me on Discord, it will actually be easier for me than in the chat in the academy. So all of you winners, not that you did anything wrong, HP, the live chat is perfectly fine in the academy, but Discord is better. Okay. We'll give it one more minute on the giveaway, and then I will announce my second winner. Our accidental winner, with my creepy fingers, is Hurricane Ink. What a cool name. Well, congratulations, Hurricane Ink. You won. Please reach out to me on Discord. Yeah, Will Smith was great. Alrighty, our new winner is Susan Dawson. Congratulations, Susan. Susan Dawson, let me make a note of that. Susan Dawson. Alrighty, Hurricane Ink and Susan Dawson, congratulations. If more names for winners appear after this, disregard. I may have pressed one too many buttons. So now the giveaway is officially over. Congrats, Hurricane and Susan. Thank you everyone for participating in the giveaways today. Congratulations to our 4 winners now. Please, HP, I think Adrian already took care of you. Holly, no, TT, Hurricane Ink, and Susan Dawson, please reach out to me personally on Discord. You can follow the Discord link in the video description. And once you are in that community, you can send me a direct message. Or if you're completely lost, you can make an announcement and be like, I'm the winner. Where do I go? But it should be very straightforward. So shoot me a message, and I'll hook you up with a course of your choice. So congratulations, everyone. Congrats, and thanks for streaming. You're welcome. Well, we still have a few minutes left on these coins, so we'll do some last minute housekeeping, some last minute announcements. And if you guys, of course, last minute Q&A, if you have any questions about technique or procedure or anything that you saw on the screen today, don't be shy. Please ask me questions. If the winners need to decide which course to take, the links to the courses, you're welcome, Susan. The links to the courses are in the video description. You can click the links, go browse the courses, decide what you like, and I'll chat with you on Discord and hook you up with a course of your choice. For those of you who are watching the rerun or just tuning in, my tongue is getting twisted. It's been 2.5 hours. The link to the free page download is hovering above my head. Scan it with your phone, go grab the free download. The ideal course that goes with this type of coloring is, of course, Effects Masterclass for the gold coins and the copper pot. But, you know, all these courses are interlaced. Fundamentals of Drawing, Pencils Pro, how to color glow effects and fantasy glow effects, textures, of course, all of those things. And in fact, the courses that I selected for this giveaway are all courses that apply to this particular coloring. Watercolor effects with colored pencils, that's our background. Stained glass effects, that's also our background, but also that glass and her skin tone. I do a skin tone in that course as well. How to color crystals. We don't have crystals here, but we applied a lot of that crystal technique to the chartreuse glass. Light illusions, all of this is about light illusions. Her whole backlit effect is light illusions, textures, fabrics and gold and glitter and tassels and all that. And Color Me Centered isn't actually represented here at all, but it's a really nice, relaxing Zen coloring course that you may find enjoyable if you color for stress relief or are just looking for something soothing to unwind and enjoy yourself. And we never got to 100 viewers today, so no fantasy glow effects in this giveaway, but we will certainly do more giveaways in the future. Remember that some of you lucky duckies have gotten an email already this morning with a super special surprise just for you. So make sure to check your email for anything from It's Easy to Draw Academy. Make sure that you open it sometime in the next 7 days, hint, hint, nudge, nudge, and receive your gift. Our poll. Let's see what the results of the poll are. We've been running a poll this entire time. And the results are in. Which of the following do you enjoy coloring the most? With skin tones in the lead. Skin tones, 43%. Glow effects with 75 votes. Glow effects, 27%. Colorful metals, 19%. And fabrics at 11%. That may push the fabrics coloring course a little further out into the future. Maybe I should make a skin tone course instead. No one seems to actually care about fabrics. What am I doing? Well, this is just with 75 participants. I will run a similar poll probably on YouTube in our community tab where we get close to 1,000 people who vote usually. And that maybe will give me a better idea of the overall interest level in these topics. But based on this poll, I should not be working on a fabrics course. I always work on the things that I think are interesting and like nobody cares. But skin tones, huh? Very, very interesting. Alrighty. Well, we do have a skin tones mastery course. Though I am also a huge fan of portraits. You know, I love portraits. I work skin tones into most of my coloring pages because most of my coloring pages feature live models, human models. So skin tones are very prevalent in my art. You certainly will see many skin tones in the videos to come. But maybe it's time for another skin tone course that's a little bit more advanced, a little bit more upgraded. If people learn to draw fabrics, they might not like to color them more through. Interesting. It's because fabrics scare me. You ask what we enjoy more. Not what you already taught, not the one we want to learn. The fabrics course would be great. I would love that. I don't like doing fabric because I suck at it. Oh, that's a good point. I didn't ask what you want to see a course on. I said, what would you like, what you enjoy coloring? And since you don't know how to color fabrics, you didn't pick that one. So actually, this poll tells me that I should make a fabrics course. Is that what you guys are telling me? That makes a lot of sense. Thank you for correcting me. That makes a lot of sense. I would have chosen fabrics if I knew. Yeah, I would. That's not why I asked that. I asked that because those are the things featured in on this page. We have skin tones, metals, a beautiful green dress, and a backlit glow effect, and the glow effect on her hand. That's why I mentioned those 4 things, just to see which one of these would you are more interested in. But then since we were talking about me making fabrics course, I'm like, ah, now I feel discouraged. Nobody cares about fabrics. But now that you reframed that for me, it's not, I, I'm okay now. I'm okay now. It's been 2.5 hours. My brain is fried, you guys. Give me a break. Yes, exactly that. Textures. Oh, okay. We do care about fabric. But you have done a great job of teaching them in the Cupid course. Ah, thank you. Yes, the Cupid one. Yeah, that was a good fabric ribbon. Anything that features ribbons or dresses. I actually really love all sorts of flowy fabrics in like a fashion type of presentation. So a lot of my characters have cool outfits, and I like playing with fabric, and especially different types of fabric. I'm a really big fan of silk. I don't actually own anything silk in real life other than like a bathrobe or something. But I love coloring silk. I think it's so satisfying. It's just such a beautiful effect. And that's why I do a lot of silk ribbons in my coloring pages. Love how this has turned out. Thank you so much. Fabrics and vibrant colors. Okay, I'm back on track. I'm not discouraged anymore. I will proceed with the work that I've started on my fabrics course. And you guys, I'm excited about it. I think it's going to be phenomenal. Those of you who are my patrons, I share some behind the scenes work with you from time to time. So hint, hint, nudge, nudge, stay tuned for some behind the scenes fabric stuff, because I think it's going to be my most visually stunning course yet, if that's possible to imagine. I don't know. Pencils Pro 2 might be pretty visually stunning as well on this delicious new paper. I want to learn how to draw fabrics and how to draw them, not just how to color them. Oh, okay. Oh, someone just showed up. Durban, Ty. Hi, Ty. Welcome. We're actually about to wrap it up. This is literally the final touches on the gold coins. But hey, it doesn't matter. This, as soon as the show is over, for me, it's going to take a couple of hours for the video to process. But for you guys, I believe you'll be able to watch the rerun immediately. I think it just turns into a video that you guys can watch. So if you just, I will rewatch, promise. Um, on the main channel, when you go to my YouTube channel, you can see, well, if you have the link, you can just click on the link of this live stream and it will just be a recorded video for you. But if you can not find it at some point in the future, just go to my YouTube channel. And in the top menu bar, you will see videos, live streams, playlists. It will be in past live streams. And it will be somewhere on the main page as well as past live streams. It's not difficult to find, but you all also have it in announcements. I've sent out an email with a link to this. It's up on Discord. It's up on Patreon. The link doesn't change. It's just that it's not once the live show part of it is over, then it just becomes a regular video. And that looks like we are done. Perfect timing. And I have dogs gathering here telling me that it's time to end the show. I don't know how they know. They always know. So thank you again, everyone, so much for participating. Congratulations to our 4 winners, TT, Holly, Hurricane Inc., and Susan Dawson. I will be in touch with you as soon as I take a little bio break and take my dogs out for a walk and hook you up with your courses. I will see you guys in another video tutorial next week, and I will see you in another live stream in another 2 weeks. Remember to check your email. Make sure there isn't a gift for you there. And I'm going to call it a day. Love you guys.